The Chosen officially got the holy confirmation it was looking for. The cast just visited the Pope in Vatican and affirmed that they are doing a holy work by producing this show. So, let's talk about it. Jonathan Rumi, along with Dallas Jenkins and other cast members Elizabeth Tabish, George Xanthus, and Vanessa Benavente, gathered at the Vatican in the midst of filming The Chosen Season 6. The visit came just one day after they finished 3 incredibly emotional weeks of filming Season 6. I mean, they just finished filming the crucifixion, which was an incredibly emotional moment for the entire cast. I mean, look at these scenes. Clearly, they were very much overwhelmed with the entire experience, and where they filmed it couldn't have been more fitting. They filmed all the scenes in the southern Italian town of Matera. Fun fact, that's the same place Mel Gibson used for The Passion of the Christ back in 2004. With its cliffs and stone-cut houses that look like they've stood still for thousands of years, Matera seems like the perfect spot to portray ancient Jerusalem. And honestly, it made my soul happy to see them revisiting Mel Gibson's spot for this epic scene. But let me know what you think about it. So, moving on to Vatican after this heavy experience felt very cathartic for all of the cast member. During a press conference in Vatican, Jonathan talked about how special the entire experience has been. He said, "Coming to the Vatican is always an honor. The possibility of getting to meet the newest pontiff is extraordinary. And honestly, I cannot even imagine how fulfilling it must have felt like for him." He further said, "When Pope Leo XIV was elected, I wept because I never thought I'd see an American pope in my lifetime. To get to communicate to him in our native language this week is just something I never thought I would see in my life." I don't know about you guys, but I always love when this guy gets personal in his statements. Because unlike many other actors, I believe in every single word he says, and I love listening to him. In the press conference, Jonathan also said, "In the process of making this show, we didn't know we would ever go beyond 4 episodes of the first season. And then to fast forward 7 years and thousands of stories later about how this show has been used by God to change people's lives, and in some unique, distinct cases, to save people's lives. Humbling doesn't even come close to describing the understanding of that, the feeling of that. It's profound. Like, he speaks God's words, and I simply cannot get enough of it." The team is planning to meet Pope Leo during the general audience at St. Peter's Square on Wednesday, and Jonathan will personally give him a gift from The Chosen. I don't know what that gift is yet, but I already feel like it will symbolize more than just a token of appreciation, and I'm extremely excited for it. Now, we all know that unlike Jonathan, Dallas Jenkins is not a Catholic. He is an evangelical Christian, so Vatican might not have the same spiritual significance for him. That being said, his statement makes it clear that he was heavily impressed by the entire visit nonetheless. He said, "This is a tremendous honor. Jesus is more than a painting, and the church is more than just a building. Jesus and the apostles were not just stained glass windows, but Jesus became man, and these men and women actually lived and actually had a relationship with Jesus, something we can have today." And personally, I couldn't agree more, because I know for sure that a lot of people were seeing Jesus as a distant spiritual figure, and watching The Chosen and seeing his human side changed everything for them. Do you also feel like The Chosen has shown Jesus in a lot of different ways and made it easier for us to connect with him? Let me know in the comments. The Chosen team also screened an episode from Season 5 in Vatican. The one they chose was Episode 4, called The Same Coin, and they showed it in the Vatican's own Filmoteca Theater. Well, let me just tell you, I would have loved to be a fly on that wall. That's all I'm gonna say. Now, on to Season 6, which just wrapped up its filming process. Well, first things first, Dallas was really honest about what filming those emotional scenes was like. He said, "The last 3 weeks were the most challenging and difficult we had in filming." Well, personally, I really admire him for not sugarcoating it, because I don't think there is anything easy or normal or even palatable about filming Jesus' crucifixion. So I'm glad he is very open about how difficult it was for them, both physically and mentally. Dallas is not the only one who is honest about this process. For instance, Jonathan, when asked over the years if he was looking forward to portraying the crucifixion, always gave the same answer. He said, "I can't think about that. I can't think about the cross, because we're not there yet." And these words often followed by these profound ones. If there was anyone in the whole history of the world who was present at all times, it was Jesus Christ. I mean, I think you would all agree that this is such a powerful way to frame it. Even though season 6 is what they just wrapped, currently we have season 5 being on air. You can watch it on Amazon Prime right now. For season 6, however, we will all have to wait until spring 2026. For more weekly updates on The Chosen Season 6 and The Chosen cast, make sure to like and follow. Meanwhile, the video on the screen might also interest you.